Hello and good evening. I, Madhu Bantia, Joint Secretary, Flow Ahmedabad Chapter, extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed guest speaker for the evening, Ms. Ira Trivedi, our Chairperson Nandita Munsha, and our enthusiastic Flow ladies in India, Pan India, and Ahmedabad. Before we take the evening forward, I would like to brief our members on the ongoing activities done under our various committees. Monsoon is right here knocking at our doors and the perfect time to plant trees. Our plantation committee heads, Shama Nagri and Anjana Agarwal, have initiated a plantation drive by planting 500 medicinal plants at Astha Foundation and are distributing a set of three grown plants to interested Flow members. All these plants are sponsored by our very own member, Jaya Arya. Thank you, Jaya. Ahmedabad Flow and Jaya have also done a massive plantation drive by planting 2,000 trees at her plot this Sunday. Ritika Saluja from the Flow Education and Skill Development Committee have plans for a CV drafting online session for the girls of all the three ITIs, Dashrath, Vagodia, and Gota. Rajmati Binaikia and Geeta Gandhi have started training the senior master cutters of Astha Foundation in developing new cuts and patterns and designing an entire line in collaboration with Astha for Flow. The Skill Development Committee have also started training women physiotherapists under the able guidance of Dr. Stuti Shah of Pilates Studio and Dr. Dhara Sharma, Principal Doctor of Khyati Physiotherapy College. They have conducted a session for cerebral palsy and low back pain and will be doing their next session on frozen shoulder and tennis elbow and uni rehab on 1st of July.
Madhu, your voice is cracking, Madhu. Your voice is cracking. Yeah. You can start again. Yeah, now you can say, yeah. Okay. Continue.
Okay. The Flow Startup Cell, under the guidance of Fani Trivedi and Yogita Sethi, have started getting flowpreneurs to fill up the Google Forms by July 1st and get access to national support and pan-India training programs for startups under the virtual incubator vertical. We're also very excited and eagerly looking forward to a virtual textile and handicraft symposium on 6th of July. It will help to bring to the forefront the lesser-known towns, weaves, and crafts of Gujarat. The New Ahmedabad Chapter Symposium aims to suggest strategies and practical solutions for the development of textiles and handicraft tourism in Gujarat, thus benefiting the weavers and artisans and also showcasing the rich heritage of Gujarat. Keeping our fingers crossed, and if the situation permits, we are planning a day trip for our members to withdraw to know your weaves on the first week of July. I think it's on the 3rd of July, as Nandita Ben just mentioned. Over to our chairperson, Nandita Munsha.
Dhara, before I give my welcome speech, can you play the video, please? Which is
sure. Yes.
Cross-link, go, please. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Do you know, a new language can do wonders for you. It will connect you with the world and open doors to various lands of opportunities.
Wondering where to learn all the foreign and regional languages? Do you feel age is a bar for learning a new language? Bored of rote learning without any fun activity? Now no more with Crisscross Lingo.
We specialize in languages such as English, Chinese, French, Spanish, German, and many others, along with their translation and interpretation.
Learn languages online and offline with highly professional, well-qualified trainers and tailor-made courses. Our service areas are individual professionals, educational institutes, corporates, travel and tourism in every sector and region with global online presence, and track your performance through quiz and assessments. Our motto is quality services with consistent enrichment by innovative means. Call us now.
Thank you so much, Dhara. A very good afternoon to our guest, Ira Trivedi, moderator Gopi Trivedi, the committee, and my friends on this Flow platform. Today we meet to celebrate the ancient legacy of yoga. People do not know how to manage their lives when things go wrong. We live in a stage of disconnect with the body. We need to connect with ourselves, with fellow humans, our environment, and yoga will lead to this reintegration. Our moderator for the day and flow member Gopi Trivedi has shown Ahmedabad how resilient yoga can be. Her biorhythm fitness studio has perfected the technique of aerial yoga and is very popular amongst our members. A feeling of rejuvenation and de-stress after a session of aerial yoga balances her hardcore technological professional life. She is the head of the patent department at YJ Trivedi and Company. A professional experience of 2 decades has won her the recognition of being an IP expert by Asia's largest leading lawyers and also given her the distinction of being one of the most powerful women in the field of IP in India in 2021 by the World IP Forum. The story of this powerful woman serves as a reminder that we need to craft powerful stories from this pandemic. We make stories and stories make us. Stories transcend death. Love story transcends generations and becomes legacies. And in stories of legacies, people live on forever. We all have a voice in our heads. Challenge the voice when it says negative things. Change the inner dialogue to be kind and supportive. And let's craft new stories of health and well being, of rising and supporting, of art and creativity. Flow Ahmedabad has decided to give expression to the creative instincts of our members. Through our creative cell, we are focusing on creating structures that will adorn our city. We invite all the members to be a part of this drive. Please connect with me if you want to be a part of the larger creative process and let me hear your ideas. Over to Gopi Trivedi for the introduction of our guest today.
Gopi, you are on mute.
Gopi, you are on mute.
Thank you. Thank you, Nandita ji. Namaste. On behalf of FICCI Flow Ahmedabad chapter, Chairperson Ms. Nandita Munsho, and committee members, I welcome our esteemed guest, Ms. Ira Trivedi, and all our dear members on today's session on yoga, breathe of life. Though it is overwhelming to see such a great turnout, it is not surprising when you have your guest as Ms. Ira Trivedi. It's an honor to speak on something that I so personally believe in. The power of yoga can be judged from the fact that it is together one of the most archaic practice dating back to dawn of civilization and most fitting answer to the modern day problems too. The science of yoga has its origin thousands of years ago, long before the first religions or first belief systems were born, until today and for times to come. Yoga will continue to be the tool to unravel the universal mystery of our beings and the whimsical nature around us. While to put the vastness of yoga in few words is impossible, I would still say that the yoga in its entirety is a deeply spiritual discipline that combines physical, mental, philosophical, and spiritual elements. It is the one capsule for most of the mental and physical health issues that we live amidst today and the key to well-being and the quality life we constantly seek for. Yoga, through its journey of centuries and civilizations, have become more diverse and varied. Like a tree with multiple branches, yoga has been further experimented with like science and adopted to like technology. One such wonder branch is yin yoga. That's a slow paced style of yoga as exercise, incorporating principles of traditional Chinese medicine with asanas that are held for longer period of time. Developed in 1970s, its poses apply moderate stress to the connective tissues of body with an aim of increasing circulation in the joints and improving flexibility. A more meditative approach to yoga, yin yoga aims for the awareness of inner silence and bringing to light a universal interconnecting quality. While people around the globe are now adopting India's great gift of yoga, I'm delighted to be a part of Flow Ahmedabad chapter. that took the step to impart the ancient wisdom of yoga and organize the present event. And for this purpose, it is my utmost pleasure to have amongst us Miss Ira Trivedi. Miss Ira is a best-selling author and yoga acharya. She has written 8 books that have been published by leading publishers in India and internationally. She is the founder of Yoga Love, which is India's fastest growing virtual studio and community with students practicing from 13 different countries. In 2017, she was honored as one of the BBC's 100 most influential women in the world. She has also several yoga television shows in India, including one on Doordarshan National and on India Today. Ms. Ira is also the founder of Namami Yoga Foundation. It's a non-for-profit organization that teaches yoga and life skills to underprivileged children. Believe me, friends, the list of her achievements is really long. With this, I now invite Ms. Ira Trivedi to take over.
Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much, Gopiji and Nandita for this kind welcome. I hope I can do this session some justice. So let's get to practice. Now, first of all, I would like to ask all of you to turn on your computers, turn on your videos, right? We have one entire screen of people, 2 entire screens of people who have their videos off. I wonder, does that mean that they're just not practicing? And I also hope that you guys haven't eaten anything too much before coming. I know you all have great food in Gujarat, so I hope that you've come on a relatively empty stomach and not had like a couple of, theplas or dhoklas and all the amazing Gujarati snacks before you've come for this session. All right. So to make the session a little bit more accessible to everyone, because I can see not everyone is on a yoga mat, I'm going to take the consent of Gopiji Nanditaji to change the session a little bit so that we can all practice something all together, right? So in case you're not on a yoga, if you're on a yoga mat, wonderful. I know that some of you are. Rachita ji has been waiting so patiently. So have so many of you all. If you're on a yoga mat, amazing. But if you're not on a yoga mat, don't worry about it. We'll do something which is accessible for everyone for the next 40 minutes or so, right? So the first step is that I would like for you to either lie down on your mats with the arms apart, legs apart, or if you're not lying down on the mat, just sit comfortably on your chair, on your sofa, and just get comfortable. Let's enjoy a moment of quiet. We're going to go into a very meditative practice. We're going to then open up with a prayer, and we're going to go into a few breathing practices. Right? We'll go into a few breathing practices, a few gentle stretches that are accessible from no matter where you're sitting, and then we'll do a few gentle postures and then move into another meditation, all right? So that everyone can practice all of this all together. So let's lie back on the mat, arms apart, legs apart, and just begin to relax, okay? Just close your eyes. I'm going to use a small chant. So I would like I'm going to mute everyone except for myself, so we don't have any disturbance in the class. And now just lie back and start disconnecting. Start disconnecting from lying down comfortably, allowing the back to sink into the ground, allowing the spine to sink into the ground. And visually begin disconnecting yourself from devices, whether that is WhatsApp, social media, your kids, your in-laws, your husbands. Just beginning this process of disconnection. It's like you can begin to connect within. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And now let's focus on the toes. Moving to the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the pelvis. Moving to the spine, the lower spine, the middle spine, the upper spine. Moving to the fingers, the palms, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, the shoulders, the neck. Moving to the face, the chin, the lips, the nose, the eyes, the forehead. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And just letting go. Knowing that for the next 30 to 40 minutes, we try to connect within. Letting the body move completely into a space of deep relaxation. And if maybe you fall asleep, then you fall asleep. Maybe that's what your body needs today. But just listening to the sounds of the flute, going deeper and deeper inwards. And now hug the knees into the chest. Hug the knees into the chest and begin to roll the body side to side. Those of you who are on the mat, just massaging the spine so that the whole spine and then the neck moves from side to side, forward and backward. And then whenever you're ready, just come up into a seated posture. And let's take a few moments. And if you're still rolling on the mat, then continue your rolling. Continue allowing that massage to the spine. And then whenever you're ready, let's come up into a seated posture. And let's close our eyes. Close our eyes and once again bring your mind to your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, let's begin breathing according to our counting. So listening to the sound of my counts, let's breathe in and breathe out. So let's inhale on 1, on 2, on 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the breath, keeping the focus in between the eyebrows. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Holding the breath, keeping the back straight, spine straight. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Holding the breath in between, focusing in between the eyebrows. And exhale completely. And now we chant Om together 3 times and begin with the Mahamrityunjaya mantra. Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Uruvarukamiv Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshiyam Amritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you everyone for having me in this session today. And I can feel that the energy has changed, right, in this virtual session, because definitely transfer of energy is possible. And also remember that the more still you are and the more focused you are, you're going to be contributing to the energy of the session, right? So try to be here, try to be present, and try to be with us, because remembering that your state of mind is affecting this entire state of mind of this beautiful gathering that we have today. So let's begin with a few gentle warm-up practices, and then we'll move to a breathing practice that all of us can participate in. And then after the breathing practice, we're going to be moving to a few postures on the mat. For those of you who don't have the mat, I'm going to give you some suggestions to do in the chair. All right? Sounds fair? Great. So let's first practice. Let's just bring the arms over and above the head. Let's interlock the fingers and let's stretch. Okay, really stretch the arms up and feel the armpits and rotate the wrists towards the ceiling. Okay, stretch up, push the shoulders up, taking a few deep breaths, and drop the head back. Drop the head all the way back. This is traction for the neck. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So elbows a little bit straight, Radhika. Try to keep the elbows very, very straight over here. Yes, that's much better. Few deep breaths. Very nice, Madhuji. And come all the way back and slowly bring the arms all the way down. Now let's just move the torso. Just move the torso left and right and feel that movement in the spine. I'm sorry, everyone, but we're going to be doing very gentle practices because, again, for many who haven't come on a yoga mat, we're trying to include them in our session also. Okay? So just feeling that twist in the torso, right? And even if you've never done any yoga before, guys, this session is something, the kind of things that we're learning here today is something everyone should know, right? Especially with this pandemic that we have. These are such simple practices that I'll be teaching you today. And if you can include them in your daily life, I promise it'll be hugely transformative for you and your life, right? Just move the torso. We're just warming up the diaphragm, warming up the spine. Now let's bring the arms in a T position, a deep breath in, and let's twist towards the back. And let's look over and above the right shoulders. Try to twist as if you're really twisting a cloth, wringing the water out of a cloth. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And now slowly coming back to center, and let's twist towards the left. Twisting all the way. A lovely deep stretch in your spine. And now let's come back to center, knowing that these side twists, we're working on our spleen and our liver. So these side twists are very, very important, especially for COVID recovery. Okay, so every time you twist the side, then this is amazing for our immune system. Let's bring the soles of the feet together and let's start flapping the legs. And if you're sitting on a chair, just flap your legs. And let some circulation enter your legs, into your limbs. This will help in the seated posture that we're going to be here in a seated posture for some time, working on a set of breathing practices. Very, very simple, but my intention is that these simple breathing practices, if each one of us can incorporate in our lives, I promise you, it is a necessity for this time and age today. So if you or your family members have suffered from COVID, then you must teach them these practices, right? And it is your duty to do so. Now just take your leg, if you're sitting on the ground, just move the leg up and down like this. All right, just moving the leg so you're getting some stretch in your hamstrings so that when you're sitting now for the next 30 minutes or so, you're going to be comfortable. Let's switch our legs. Now let's come back to center, and just one simple practice. We're going to raise the arms up all the way, and we're just going to bend forward. Okay, we're going to bend forward wherever we reach. Okay, and if you're sitting on a chair, just bend forward, just wherever you reach, and push the palms into the ground and push the hips back. And just stay here and breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And now slowly, slowly walk the hands back. And let's come back to a simple seated posture. And we begin with the practice of Kapalabhati. So how many people here already know this practice, Kapalabhati? Okay, how many people know, show me where your lungs are. So whoever is whoever's video is on, show me, point to where your lungs are in your body. Just point to the body where your lungs are. Okay. Point to your, sorry, Madhuji, where are you saying the lungs are? Show me where your diaphragm is. So I have to tell you guys something. Most of you don't know where the lungs are. Most of you guys got this question wrong. And now in such a big pandemic, don't you think that we should all know where our lungs are? You know where the lungs are, guys? Some of you got it right. Lungs are here. Here. It's not here. Most of our lungs are here, in the chati, in the chest, up here. You know where the lungs begin? Lungs begin here, in the throat. So lungs, majority of the lungs is in here, upper chest. This is where the lungs are. All right here is where the lungs are. If you place your palms all the way here, the lungs extend to here. But the majority of the lungs, the biggest part of the lungs are here to here. And they connect at the back on the spine because they're like two balloons, right? They're quite large structures. And the diaphragm is right here. And the diaphragm is such an important organ. I mean, it's not an organ, it's a muscle. The diaphragm is one of the most important muscles in breathing, and it's the second heart. Have you guys heard कि वो अचानक ऑफिस में था और वो 40 years का था, उसको heart attack हो गया, वो मर गया? Have you guys heard this sort of a story before? He was so fit. He was running every day, jogging, cycling, and then one day, office, finished. Now, why does this happen? A fit person, a young person, why does this happen? A lot of times the reason is because they aren't even breathing properly, that there is so much pressure on their hearts. Because remembering that when you breathe in, then the oxygen is getting pumped to the heart with the aid of the diaphragm. And if you don't engage the diaphragm correctly, there's so much pressure on the heart during the breathing practices that the heart begins to suffer. And in the heart, then you have things like heart attacks because the heart is put under so much pressure. High BP. मालूम नहीं पड़ा इसको high BP कैसे हो गया high BP. Everyone has high BP, right? Everyone is taking medicines of high BP. And it can be something so simple as changing the way you breathe. All right, so breathing is such an important function in our body. And can I tell you, as a yoga teacher, 80% of the people are not breathing correctly, and most people don't know where the lungs are. I thought that after pandemic, this may change. People would understand, but no. Kisi ne bataya hi nahi lungs ka hai, you know? How would we know, right? So how would we know? We talk a lot about lung disease and stuff, but we don't really know what's happening, right? These are your organs. This is your body. You should be in touch with every organ inside your body. These are your objects, okay? Definitely more important than the diamonds and the necklaces and the jewelry, right? Are your own body parts. So yoga helps you become more aware of these. And the kind of breathing practices that we're going to be doing today, I want you to really, really be aware of what organs and how we're breathing. All right? Be aware of the diaphragm, be aware of the lungs, be aware of what's happening inside. And let's not let the mind go here and there. Okay, what's happening? What's my husband doing in the office? What's happening on WhatsApp? What's my kid doing? Doing his homework, online schooling, not working out, you know, whatever it is. Let's just try to bring that mind inwards, okay? Just for the next 15 minutes. That's all I'm asking for you. 15 minutes of very focused time. We're going to be doing 3 practices actually. 3 practices, 5 minutes each. And these 3 practices, if you do every single day of your life for 15 minutes, I promise you, there's a huge transformation that happens in the lungs, strength of in your respiratory system, and also in your pranic body, right? Because ultimately, all disease is trapped energy. Okay, it means that we have energy trapped in our body, and that turns into disease. All right, so I would want for you all to understand that and try and move inwards with the breath and with the practice today. And I promise you, just 15 minutes of concentration, all of us can do it. 15 minutes, right? And let's make your time worth it for coming here. All right. So let's do these 3 practices very seriously, very focused, and try to understand what is happening inside, because what's happening in the outside world doesn't matter if your heart and your lungs do not function correctly. And let me tell you, these practices have really helped me. I was COVID positive. I didn't have a single symptom, right? Everyone around me who got COVID at the same time, terrible, terrible symptoms. And I truly believe that it was my diet and it was these practices which kept me going. Asana practice helps, but pranayam now is become as important as drinking water. As important. All right. So now, shall we focus and do this? Great. So we begin with the practice of Kapalbhati. Many of you know this practice. What we're trying to do with the Kapalbhati is we're trying to understand how the diaphragm is moving. So what we're doing, just watch me once. You pump the abdomen. You're going to pump the abdomen. So you're going to take your finger and breathe out on your nose. Okay. Breath out is with a pump, and breath in is happening by itself. So can everyone try this for a few minutes? Take your finger, put it underneath your nose, and blow on it hard. And teach these 3 practices to your kids, to your husbands after you learn them. And I should not see anyone's chest moving. It's only your abdomen moving. And this means that the diaphragm is moving up and down. So in this practice, we're trying to understand how the diaphragm is moving. Geetaji, little gently, let this practice be gentle. If we do it too harsh, especially for women, there's too much pressure on the uterus. Let's keep it a little bit gentle, okay? Good. Shaliji, you should see the abdomen moving in and out. Great. Okay, so we do 2 rounds of this, and in between each round, we're going to hold the breath for 30 seconds. The practice of Kumbhaka is very important in yoga. Okay, it's where all the magic happens, is in the breath retention. So my counting is going to go something like this: 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, which means 1 is pump, 2 is inhale. 1 pump, 2 inhale. Inhalation is automatic. All right, so let's all do this. Let's keep the back straight, spine straight. Let's keep the chin parallel to the ground. Let's keep the shoulders relaxed. Let's take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. A deep breath in. A deep breath out. And now let's inhale deeply. Pund, 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 pun, 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 and 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 release. And now take a breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And now inhaling deeply. Spine straight, back straight, retain the breath. Keeping the focus at the point in between the eyebrows. Keeping the eyes closed, keeping the back straight. And begin to visualize the lungs now. Begin to feel the lungs, begin to visualize the lungs. Keeping the focus inwards. And slowly, with control, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhaling deeply. Hunt, 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 and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhaling deeply. Spine straight, back straight. Let's retain the breath. Focusing at the point in between the eyebrows. Focus inwards. Gaze inwards. Slowly with control, exhale. Taking a few deep breaths, and now taking your right hand and putting it into a Vishnu mudra. Take the index finger, these two fingers onto the palms, the thumb and the last two fingers are up. Okay, this is the mudra that we're making. This is it. Then take that elbow close to the chest, bring the thumb onto the right nostril, bring the other two fingers onto the other nostrils, and make sure all three fingers are touching the nasal membrane, and especially this line where the nose meets the nostrils. Oops, sorry, guys, man. No, dogs have such a good energy. They always come to the class during yoga. They feel it. They want to be close to it. Okay, so take the hands up. Taking the right thumb on the right nostril, other two fingers on the other nostril, and keeping the elbow close to the chest. And now let's close the right nostril and let's inhale from the left on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Retain the breath, closing both nostrils. A very gentle touch, just where the nostril meets the nose. Gopi, just elbow close to the chest. Close to the chest. Exhale, right, left closed on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale, right, left closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Closing both nostrils, retain. Back straight, spine straight. Exhale, left, right closed. On 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale, left, right closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Back straight, spine straight. Exhale, right, left closed. On 1, on 2, on 3, on 4. Inhale, right, left closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right, left closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. Exhale, right, left closed on 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right, left closed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath. And exhale from the left. And slowly drop the hands down. Taking a few deep breaths. And we just conclude the breath work by doing 3 rounds of Brahmari Pranayam, one of the most important pranayams to do in this time because of the nitric oxide effect. The nitric oxide effect that we develop by doing this pranayam is amazing for oxygenation of the body. So just bring your hands and close, that's the trajai of the ear. Small ear, close it with your 2 fingers. And just inhale from the nose. Inhale from the nose and creating a loud humming sound. As loudly as you can. Inhale. Inhale. And slowly drop the hands down, taking a few breaths. Now, I just want you to come back on your mats. Come on your mats and take a pillow. If you have a pillow, or a cushion like this, I want you to take that bolster. Everyone has a pillow around their house. Okay? If you have that pillow, bring that pillow and just lie on that pillow. And lie down on the pillow. So there's something underneath your spine. Okay, lie back on it and bring the soles of your feet together, like this. And if you have 2 cushions, you can additionally bring them underneath the thighs like this. And I want you to lie back and bring the arms nice and wide open and just stay here. So your thighs should be a little bit supported, your spine should be supported, and you should really feel that opening up of your groin and your pelvis, and you should feel that beautiful relaxation on your spine. So this is a yin posture. Unfortunately, we couldn't do too many, but this is the most important one, and at least you get a small experience of this practice. So you're using these props to just guide you into the practice, all right? So let's see what everyone is up to. So just lie back. So your spine has a little bit of support and bring the soles of the feet together. Very nice. And if you feel as if your legs are not comfortable, you can always bring a cushion underneath your legs also, your knees. But if you're feeling good, just allow that little bit of pressure in your groin. And I just want you to focus on your spine, focus on your breath, and allow the practice to move inwards. And just now listen to the sounds of the chant for the next 5 minutes. We just move inwards before we conclude our practice. Breathing in and breathing out. Beginning to feel the body. And just allowing yourselves to sink into a beautiful, sacred silence.
Gopal, 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 Gopal. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nata Narayana Vasudeva He Nata Narayana Vasudeva He Nata Narayana Vasudeva Gopal, 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 Hey Gopal, 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 Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nata Narayana Vasudeva He Nata Narayana Vasudeva He Nata Narayana Vasudeva Gopal, 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 Gopal.
Now slowly rolling over to your right side and coming up to a comfortable seated posture on the mat. Let's conclude our class with three ohms. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnat Padachate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Slowly rub your palms together. Base the palms on the eyes. Base the palms on the forehead, all 5 fingers on the palm, on the skull. May I bring this peace into the day, this joy into the day, this bliss into the day. Yom Tat Sat. Thank you, everyone, for joining in to this practice, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's a little bit of taste of a meditative, quiet practice. There's also other kinds of yoga, right? It's more physical, more weight loss oriented. There's that too, but this was a little bit of a different kind of a practice. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope that you remember some of these practices so that you can incorporate them into your daily life, right? So now handing it back over to Gopi. Also, just want to let you know that if there are any questions, any doubts, if you guys are interested in any more yoga, in fact, I'd love to extend an invitation to all the ladies of Y Flow Ahmedabad to come and do a regular yoga class with us. We'll pass on the details to Gopi so that she can extend an invitation to like a regular yoga class of 75 minutes so you guys can have the full experience, right? So I'll extend that invitation to Gopi. Otherwise, I'm going to put my Instagram handle in the chat box. Ira Trivedi. I'll put my email address in the chat box in case anyone has any questions or doubts or anything which is yoga related. I'd be happy to answer it to you. And anything else? I'm wondering, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is all the same. And this website of Yog Love, in case you guys want to check it out to go further. But everyone should do yoga. Now it's available online and it's so simple. You know, we can conduct this session so easily because it's all virtual and it's almost as good as real life. Right? So thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Richa ji. Thank you. Thank you to Seema ji. Thank you to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Yogita ji. Thank you, Anu. Thank you to everyone. To Gopi ji and Nandita ji for organizing this.
The session was very enlightening and calming. And as the famous saying says that, yoga is the dance of every cell with the music of every breath that creates inner serenity and harmony. And we could, really experience the same throughout the session. And if the virtual session has been so effective, I can only imagine how the aura would have been if it would have been performed collectively in a physical space. So I really appreciate your gesture for allowing our members to attend your session.
Yes,
and
yes, definitely. I'll pass on the details.
Yeah, thank you so much. And the members can raise the hand or drop the questions in the chat box. We can pick up a few of them, looking to the paucity of time. So the question, there are more of compliments we can see from the members, Miss Neera, Miss Sita, Miss Sajni, Miss Anu, Miss Yogita, Miss Nisha. And okay, so there is a specific comment from Miss Neera. I can vouch for the breathing exercises. I suffered severe COVID and this exercise were recommended in the hospital too. And I still do them and have fully recovered. So thank you, Miss Neera, for that, comment and compliment. And people are asking for this chant, the rustic and calming music. If you can provide the source, Miss Neera, that would be really helpful.
Definitely.
Right?
I'll send you guys all an email with everything.
Okay, I'll just, I request IT team to unmute Miss Shelley. Miss Shelley, you can ask your question.
Just a second, I'll just unmute her. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to ask that normally it's being told that we should eat at least 3 hours prior to all the pranayams and exercises. Is it true?
Usually it depends on how heavy the food that you've eaten here is, Sometimes if you've had just a soup, then 1.5 hours is okay. But if you have had a very heavy meal, then you may have to wait for 3 hours. But the basic fundamental guideline is that the stomach should be light. That's all. You know,
Yeah, but
as
what
long
about
as the
breathing?
stomach.
What about when you're doing only breathing exercise?
Even
and
then, stomach needs to be light. Stomach needs to be light.
Okay.
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
won't have a proper effect. As long as your stomach is light. Now, it depends. Even sometimes if you've had a soup, then after an hour also, usually you feel comfortable to do the breathing practices. But if you've eaten a lot of doklas and all, then you may have to wait for some time. You know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, another question is coming up from Miss Radhika. Does Kapalbhati create heat in the body? What is your take?
It creates a little bit of heat, but not a huge amount of heat. You know, it creates heat in a good way, not in a bad way. So it's a very safe practice to do unless you're pregnant. And if you have your period, it can often become a little bit of an uncomfortable practice. So we usually avoid this practice during periods, pregnancy, or very high BP.
I will ask a question from my side, Ira, that
Sure.
how many Kapalbhati should be done,
It
in this
depends
form
on
of
your.
yoga?
I would say that you should try to do at least 50 pumpings in one round. You can do 3 rounds, 50 pumpings minimum, and then you can hold your breath, and then you can keep on increasing that. You can do, one pump. You can just keep on increasing that as you go onwards. So you can make it from 50 to 60, from 60 to 70, like that. You can keep on doing that too. That's also fine.
Thanks. And Miss Anu wants to ask a question. I request IT team to unmute her.
Okay.
Hi, Ira. That
Hi.
was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
There's a lot of talk that if you can reverse your disease by concentrating on good nutrition and good yoga.
You can reverse what?
I mean, that you can reverse your diseases. Like I have high BP and I am on one medication. And nowadays there's a lot of talk that you can, kick the medicine if you really concentrate on consistent yoga and nutrition. So my question about yoga and pranayam, that, okay, let's say the BP becomes even, you skip the medicine, but if you don't do it for a few days, it could come back, your problem.
I mean, yes, I would have to tell you that yes. If you, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes you reverse it completely. But if you see, your problems are generated because of a certain lifestyle that you lead. Now, if you are able to use breathing as well as proper diet to come to a place where you don't have to use medicines anymore, that's wonderful. But if you go back to your old lifestyle and stop all your practices, then the disease is likely to come back. That's unfortunately the honest answer that I'm going to give you right now.
Yeah, so it's a lifelong thing. You have to be very focused.
You have to, and you know what? Can I tell you, the beauty of yoga is that you'll want to be focused, right?
Yeah.
It's very addictive, and that's the beauty of it. It comes from within. I promise you, it's not that difficult to do, right? So, and now especially, it's so easy with online practices, right? Previously, we had to struggle because previously, it wasn't like that, because you had to travel, you had to do this, you had to do that. But now it's no longer like that, right? You can just simply do it from your house also.
Yeah, right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I'll pick up the last question from Miss Sita. IT team, please unmute Miss Sita. IT team?
Yes, she can unmute herself.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is the Vishnu Mudra, as you.
Yes, just like this, huh? Two fingers, and these two fingers should touch the palms if possible. Okay?
Okay, should touch the palm. Okay. And I just, when we do the Anilom Vilom, as you said, the nostrils, we breathe one round we take in from the left, count 4,
Yes.
Then take out from the right. Count
On 4.
On 4.
Inhale from the right.
Inhale and exhale from the left.
Yes.
Now,
inhale, retain one more time and exhale. Yes.
Okay, retain and then exhale.
Yeah.
And then you kind of held for 4 counts. When we
You held
both
it.
nostrils.
You hold them. Gentle touch. Gentle touch.
Okay,
huh?
Gentle touch.
Gentle touch.
Is part of that round 1, right?
Yes, part of the
Before
round
we
1.
exhale from the left.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to understand.
Thank you, Sita ji, for paying so much attention.
Thank you
I
for
really
a
appreciate
beautiful
it.
experience. Really loved it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sita. Thank you.
And I can see the interviewed members, however, looking to the time constraint, will not be able to take up any more questions. And I now request IT team to show token of appreciation to Ms. Ira.
Thank you. See, I just want to show you that even my dog always comes in during the classes and then he just goes into a deep relaxation, Shavasana. And he barges in.
True. So over to you, Madhu.
Thank you so much. Wow. Is that a laddu? Oh my God.
A very calming and peaceful session. And this token of appreciation from Ahmedabad chapter, it consists of easy to throw and grow seeds, seedballs, which are perfect for planting in your garden and a little memento of Ahmedabad city.
Wow.
You will receive it very soon.
It's so amazing. I thought that was a laddu maybe inside that basket. Huh?
Over to Lisa for the
Never mind. Thank you so much, everyone.
Vijay Shah, thanks. Over to you.
What a wonderful session that was. Thank you, Ira, for enlightening us through a truly enriching session, which we gained a lot of positivity infused with a fresh breath of life. It was truly a calming and rewarding experience. Thank you, Flow Ahmedabad chapter, for organizing such meaningful programs that massage our minds, rejuvenate our bodies, and invigorate our souls. I'd like to specially extend a vote of thanks to our sponsors, Crisscross Lingo, Sadaiv Rishte, a boutique matrimonial, TVM, our PR agency, and Brand Affair, our media partners. And now, dear members, Flow Ahmedabad looks forward to reconnecting with you all the 30th of June for our event with Mr. Kabir Bedi. Have a pleasant evening, everybody, and see you all soon.
Thank you, everyone. I'll see you soon, all of you in yoga class. We'll extend an invitation to everyone, right? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll send you all the chants on email and everything on email, all right? So we'll just make one email, Gopi, and we'll send it across to everyone so that every information is there, including a small video for pranayam. Okay, so whoever wants to practice can practice the pranayam. So we'll send a video, chant, invitation for class, make an email and send it across.
Thank you so much. It's really kind of you. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. It was really a soothing session. Thank you so much.
Hey, where are we all? Yeah.